was a farmer that had a goat. And every time he would leave his farm, he had a farm too, he would put the goat up and go do his business and come on back and get the goat, One day he was in a hurry. And instead of putting the goat in the barn, he tied the goat to a fence or to whatever he had. Because he wanted to hurry up and get there and get back, So he left, he tied it up and he left. And when he came back, the goat was gone. The rope had been chewed and the goat was gone. So he looked in his fields and he looked everywhere. And he went to one field, and as he was walking in the field, he heard a noise. And the closer and closer, the further and further out he got, the noise got louder. Well, there was an old unused well on this land. And he got to the well and he looked down in the well and he seen the goat scuffling, moving around. So he was like, wait a minute, let me go to the barn, get a rope and see if I can get that goat out of the well. So he went back to the barn and he got a rope, and by the time he got back to the well, the goat wasn't moving anymore. So he said, oh man, my goat has died, and he kind of liked the goat. So he said, let me go in there and try to fish the goat out of there with the rope. So he made a little loop on the rope, and he lowered the rope down, and he was trying his best to get the rope around the neck or the body just to pull the goat out so he can give that goat a burial. And after a while, he couldn't get the loop around the neck or the body. So he said, I'm going to go back to my barn, I'm going to get a shovel, and I'm going to give that goat a burial. So he went to the barn, he got him a shovel, and when he got back to the well, he started digging and throwing dirt in that unused well. So after about 30-40 minutes of him digging, and because this was a pretty deep well, as he was throwing dirt in, about 30-40 minutes, he realized and heard a sound. He looked around and was like, where is that sound coming from? And he looked over into the well, and he could see the goat in the well moving around. And he scratched his head and was like, well, I thought the goat was dead. He said, and why does the goat look closer to me? So he said, I'm going to test the theory. So he got some more dirt and started throwing it in the well. And as he was throwing it on the goat would, when the dirt hit the back of the goat would shake it off and pack the dirt under his feet. And he did this a couple of times and realized the goat was shaking the dirt off and packing the dirt under his feet and going higher. So the farmer just kept throwing dirt in the well. And the goat would shake off the dirt and pack the dirt under his feet and rise higher, until it got to the point that the goat was able to leap or to walk out of the well. The moral of the story is you're going to have some people in your life that's going to try to bury you. It's going to say you're dead. It's going to say that your life is nothing. You're nothing. They're going to talk about you. They're going to try to hurt you. They're going to try to do stuff to you to hurt you. It can be family members. It can be managers at your job. It can be loved ones. It can be church folk. It can be anybody. But all you do is all the naysaying, the gossip, the things that they put on you, when it hits you, just shake it off. Pack it under your feet and rise higher. Every time they do it, don't worry about haters. Don't worry about what they say about your business, about who you are, about what you're doing. Just shake it off. Everything they say or do, shake it off. You ain't got to snap on him. You ain't got to curse him out. You ain't got to give him a piece of your mind. Just shake it off. Pack that mess, that grime, that bad talk, the gossip under your feet. Rise higher. And one day, whatever hole you think you're in, whatever mess that you think you're in, you'll be able to rise up after packing that mess under your feet and go higher and climb up out of the situation that you're in. And then they'll be looking at you, trying to figure out how in the world did they climb. Instead of looking down up on you, they'll start looking up at you. How in the world did they get up there? And if they ask you, how did you do it? You just look at them in the eye and say, Jesus, and walk on.